Some names, they just fade away with time, but others, they become legends. Their power actually grows with each passing generation. Today, we're opening the chronicle of just such a figure, a Hangul man whose spiritual authority became so immense it continues to shape the fortunes of millions, even today. It's a huge question, isn't it? How can one single person hold the commercial destiny of millions in his hands? It's a question that echoes from the top floors of corporate giants all the way down to the humblest street-side stalls. How did an immigrant, a man who started with absolutely nothing, become a spiritual anchor for an entire economy? Well, the answer is an incredible story of virtue, power, and a miracle that literally defy the heavens themselves. And even if you don't know his name, I guarantee you've seen his mark. It's the sacred cloth, the Yantva Prahatan Porn, hanging like a silent guardian in countless businesses, a symbol of hope and prosperity. It's like a decree from the sky, a promise. But to really understand the power of this symbol, we first have to understand the soul of the man who created it. Every great chronicle begins with a journey, usually a really hard one. And his was no different. It was a path that began across the sea, in the ancient Dragonland, and was destined for the shores of Thailand. So let's go back. He was born in China, 1898, with the name Kim Kwei Sanggao. At just 10 years old, he made his way to Thailand to find a new life. He arrived with nothing but the will to survive. He did any work he could find, scraping by, saving diligently, and through sheer grit and being incredibly frugal, he did more than just build a life. He established the Thong Siri Rice Mill, building an actual business from the ground up. But see, his power didn't start with miracles. It was forged in his character. Yes, he was known for being unyieldingly diligent and hardworking, but more than that, people knew him for his boundless generosity. He had a heart for the downtrodden, and he'd offer guidance on business, on life, to anyone who asked, and he never took a single baht for it. This right here, this was the foundation his entire legend would be built on. For years, he was just a respected man, a successful businessman, a generous soul. But then, one fateful day, during a sacred ceremony by the river, the heavens themselves decided to reveal his true nature. So try to picture this. There's this vital community ceremony happening. All of a sudden, the sky just turns black. It goes from bright to this ominous churning darkness. A massive storm, a tempest, just gathers right overhead, threatening to wash everything away. Naturally, panic breaks out. People are running for cover, their prayers totally lost in the wind. But the old man, the pa'e who owned the rice mill, he stayed perfectly still. He just calmly lit some incense, his hands totally steady, his eyes fixed on the sky. And he began a ritual, his focus absolute, as if he was going to push back the heavens himself. And then the impossible happened. Right there, in front of this terrified crowd, those dark, churning clouds just stopped. They parted, split right down the middle as if by some invisible hand. The wind died down, the storm just dissipated, and the sky became miraculously clear. It was a miracle. There's no other word for it. On that day, people stopped calling him Pei. They gave him a new title, a title of the highest respect, Saiyan. It means sage or immortal. It's for a mortal person who's reached a state of divine wisdom and power. He had commanded the sky, and the people now saw him as a channel for divine power itself. And it was from this newfound authority that Saiyan Rongsi would create his greatest gift to the people. It wasn't a temple made of stone, but a decree from heaven itself, captured on a simple piece of cloth that you could carry with you, into your home, into your business. At the very heart of this gift are these 4 sacred characters, Tian Guan Sifu, or in the Cho-Chu dialect, Tian Kwa Su Hok. And let me tell you, these are not just words. This is an invocation. So what does it mean, literally? The heavenly official bestows blessings. Now think about that. This isn't a request for a blessing. It's a statement. It's a direct decree from the heavens saying that good fortune, prosperity, and protection will be granted. It's a celestial promise. And the yant itself is like a spiritual fortress. Each part has a deep meaning. The top represents the authority of the Jade Emperor. The middle has 3 lightning bolts to just obliterate negativity. The 4 corners, those are the 4 heavenly kings guarding all directions. That coil at the bottom symbolizes a 3-eyed deity, kind of like the sage's own watchful eye. and the little asterisks on the sides, one is there to attract good, the other to push away evil. And the amazing thing about the power in this talisman, it wasn't just for a chosen few. Its blessing was universal. It was sought after by everyone, from the most powerful industry tycoons to the most humble street vendors. His influence really worked on every level of society. On one hand, you had regular folks seeking his blessing for things like debt relief or just for their sales to pick up. On the other, you had corporate giants, like the famous CP Group, asking for his direct advice. He would consult on the feng shui for their headquarters, help pick auspicious locations for new buildings, and even assess the fortunes of potential new hires. And when you look at what the people prayed for, it was all very direct, very human. They wanted success in their work, they wanted relief from the crushing weight of debt, and they wanted protection, and maybe a little bit of good luck in a pretty uncertain world. These are the fundamental hopes that his legacy still answers to this day. But if you only see the yant as some kind of magical charm, you're missing the deeper truth. The real power wasn't just in the ink and the cloth. It was in the enduring wisdom that the sage taught. The talisman was basically an amplifier for living a righteous life. He taught a simple but really profound code. He said a blessing from heaven is not a lottery ticket. It's something you have to earn. How? Earn your living with honesty. Don't cause harm to others. Be generous and help people in need. He made it crystal clear. The blessing is a response to your righteous actions. And maybe his most powerful teaching is this one. It's an incredible reflection on fate and fortune. When a bird is alive, it eats worms. When the bird dies, worms eat it. One tree can make 1,000,000 matchsticks, but only one matchstick is needed to burn 1,000,000 trees. Life has its ups and downs. Wow, it's such a profound reminder of humility, of how power can shift, and that in the grand scheme of things, every single one of us has our moment to rise and our moment to fall. And that wisdom, that is his true immortal legacy, a blessing that transcends time itself.